Welcome. Rabid will be with you shortly. Anything discussed in today's live show is not financial advice.
What's going on, everyone? It is Saturday, time for our live stream. How is everyone doing today? What are you guys all up to? Are you guys pumped? Are you excited? Are you not excited? And things like that. So let's do a quick roll call, see who we got in the house. I see Skafer over there on the Twitchster. Rud Putz is rocking the Twitchster. Happy Saturday. Hey, Skafer. Nobody on the Kickster. And I see everyone is rocking the Tubester. Ogre MGTOW is first here by the looks of things, followed up by Budweiser. Yeah, buttons working. Good time. Skirm, Bad Cat, what's going on? Jock McMiner UK, you're Eric Duff here. Chris Klein, hello. Smash those likes, folks. Support this man. Yeah, everyone hit that like button. We got 53 viewers currently. We just started. 18 likes. We need a lot more. So send them likes to the moon, guys, if you want Bitcoin to pump sometime in this cycle. We got Squared Away Crypto, Green Hash, First Time 13, Gregory, what is happening? Red Putts again, Skirm in the house. Let's see what we got here. Ninja Kid, Tech Bandit, Crypto for Life, Frogman Mining. Nice. What's happening, Frogman? Golden Wolf's in the house. Crypto. Oh, it just jumped on me. Duke Nukem, I see there. Gordon Murphy, Crypto Card again. Steven what is that? Larashi? GSKT Blue. How's everyone doing? What are you guys up to? How's everyone? Are you guys having a good week so far? It's a slow week for me this week because I don't even know. I only got like 2 videos out instead of the normal 5 or 6 that I usually do. I was not feeling well again, but then I was still trying to get on. And then we had the Oilers playoffs, and then they ran too late, and it was crazy. We had a double overtime, and we defeated the Dallas Stars in Game 1. So that was actually pretty exciting. Game 2 is going on tonight, if anybody cares. But yeah, good stuff here. So let's start off with the news that nobody cares about. You guys know what I'm going to say here? Ethereum ETF approval. Didn't even bring up an article because personally, I don't really care about it. Do you guys care about an Ethereum ETF or anything based on Ethereum in the first place? Probably not, but it seems to be the news for some reason people are talking about. Even miners. When miners, we don't really care. So that's the big news. We're not really going to talk much about it. We can look at some prices, see if it did anything. Now, it did look like it went up prior to it. Obviously, you hear the news, it may be getting approved here, so we're going to see a pump. But Bitcoin pumped at the exact same time. The whole market pumped at the exact same time. Now, it is 20% over the past, I guess, 7 days here due to that. If we go to the 7-day here, it looks like actually, hey, when did CoinMarketCap start adding in things like this to show that, you know, news articles? So here we can see odds of Spark ETH ETF approved increased to 75%. So that's when it went up. And guess what? Bitcoin went up at the same time, and so did everything else. So, you know, maybe this got a little boost because of that. But actually, when the approval went through, the market didn't really see anything. I think that was this right here, and then it just kind of tapered off. So, you know, nothing major really happened on that. It didn't go to the moon like a lot of people said. Awesome. Personally, myself, all I feel is the ETFs is just a way for big powers that be to try to control crypto at this point. That's what I feel the ETFs are with all this Wall Street money. Money going into one project only. They can rug pull the crap out of it because they're rich and so on. That's my 2 cents on the whole situation. Other than that, I don't really care. ETF approved, doesn't matter to me. How about you guys? There, we're done with the ETF stuff. Nobody really cares about it. I sold all my ETH into BTC before POS. Most people do. Go Oilers. Yeah, go Oilers there. Only have to work on Friday. Nice, only half. It's still going to be a few weeks till it's officially like a referee whistle. Yeah, it wasn't even the official approver. They still have to have some other items approved before trading. Oh, so the trading is not actually active. All right, that makes a lot of sense why we did that. So it's all based on actual people buying legit Ethereum. Now, one thing I do want to point out, even though we don't care as miners about ETFs and Ethereum and stuff like that, but this does have an indirect link to help out crypto as a whole, because because I said, you know, these entities are going after the largest ones that are most talked about. Obviously, Bitcoin is the biggest, Ethereum is in second, so they nailed those ETFs there, and that way they can kind of do whatever they want to the market at that point and so on. But I do think this has an indirect thing, because now that we're seeing a couple big names getting into it. This may open up the game for more people to slowly start crypto adoption and moving into also other projects. Obviously, these ETFs don't want you to use other projects. They make all their money on people trading through their ETFs, so they don't want you to actually go into legit crypto. But I think this will help open people's eyes and start researching more into crypto as we have, these main financial systems, starting these things with crypto. But yeah, it'll be crazy. Solana and STX deck. Oh, man. Solana. Is Solana the one that goes down? Yeah. ETF approval. We're going to start trading tomorrow. Oh, never mind. Solana's down. Wait, we're going to have to wait a week. Solana's still down. That's going to be the best ETF ever, don't you think? Sorry, guys. Trade is halted. Solana's down. Oh, man. Solana. Is that also the same guy where... No, that's Cardano. Who is it? I've seen a couple things on the news where... Is it the Cardano dev or Solana? Obviously, they're totally different things. I should know the difference, but they're all proof of stake type of networks, so I don't really care, so I don't follow them. But I actually think it's Cardano. Is that the weirdo that tried hijacking a jet? Or is that misinformation? I don't know. He's wearing weird clothes, kind of like that Richard Hart guy, another key figure saying these guys are not right mentally, but I don't know. I don't really know. I don't really care about any of those coins personally. We're miners. We're crypto miners. We're about, it's kind of hard to say about decentralization because everyone likes to flock to single pools and so on. But yeah, we're crypto miners. That's the way we roll. We turn electricity into coins. ETH can definitely be controlled, being as the ETH Foundation can manipulate the chain, unlike BTC, which has no control entirely. That's very true, too. I forgot about all that stuff. But, I don't even want to get into the ETH dev stuff again. Honeycoin. You talking Honeycoin as in, like, Hive Mapper? What's going on with... how is it doing right now? It's down quite a bit, isn't it? I should have sold and bought back in when it pumped to that 36 cents. I would have been, like, way more than quadruple the coins I have. And I have quite a bit of coins already, but I'm still waiting out for next year. I know some coins are up, some coins are down, some aren't looking too hot, some are looking decent. Am I on my watch list? Watch list, because that seems like there's too many things there. But, some are up, some are down. I'm waiting until next year. Next year is when we'll see, if some of our gambling paid off or not. That's what we're doing. We're crypto gambling with coins that we're hodling and holding and all this other stuff. So where is Honey Token right now, though? Honey, where are you? Oh, there you go. Hive Mapper Honey. 7 cents. So, yeah, it's down to 7 cents. Could this hit $1? I freaking hope so, but, I wouldn't set anything in stone. Wouldn't go to my grave saying it's going to hit $1. Same with Kaspa. I wouldn't go to my grave saying Kaspa is going to hit $1, which leads us into our next topic, new Kaspa miners. Kaspa miners. What do you guys figure about Kaspa miners here? Let's take a look at Kaspa right now. Let's go. Where are you, Kaspa? Now, the way Kaspa is going, obviously the block reward reduction, these new miners are definitely the better option to go with because efficiency is coming more key as a play. But personally, would you buy a Kaspa miner still? I think if you already have older Kaspa miners, just go until they become unprofitable at that point, and then just hodl your Kaspa and see how it does. The way new coins like Lithium, Bitmain still hasn't announced the AL box, I guess, is probably going to do pretty good there because we still have no announcement from Bitmain on their Lithium miner. So they're going to get a pretty big head start there, but it's still being dominated by an FPGA farm, even over those ASICs. But as we can see here, the network hash rate on Kaspa went up lots. So we can see 216, and then if you guys saw that video I did the other day, it went to almost 300 petahash. So it went up about 90 petahash here. Now a lot of people in the comments are saying, well, that's because Goldshell just released a bunch of KA boxes. And I was like, you know what? Their new batch went out. That makes a lot of sense. But let's look at the numbers. And I highly doubt it's just from KA boxes going out. Because look at this. Let's take a look at this. Hash power calculator, about 90 petahash. Let's just go to 90 petahash here. That is about 90,000 terahash. And a Goldshell KA box is what? So I'm just going to go 90,000. I'm going to divide that by 1.18. So 1.18 is a KA box. That means Goldshell in their last batch shipped out 76,271 KA boxes. I highly doubt they had 76,000 KA boxes to ship out to people in a single batch order. Yeah, no, not happening. Like, I don't even know if Bitmain even hit 5,000 on their KS3s and stuff yet, is kind of how we're going here. So I really highly doubt Goldshell, of all companies, built 76,000 of their miners to come online to produce 90 petahash worth of hash rate. So we do have new miners and stuff in testing. There's probably new Bitmain miners and everything going out there, as well as shipments from probably a lot of other ones too. But we do have new Kaspa ASICs coming, and a lot of them probably being tested before they're even announced. So I would expect probably another announcement coming in the next couple months or something here. But the point is, Kaspa mining is starting to get, it's profitable, but not very good. Let's take a look at some of the original ASICs now. What is like a KS1 looking like? On Kaspa right now, it's 260 for a freaking on Cedric coin, and that's in first place now. So Kaspa's even less. We got 229. So KS1 now, 1 terahash miner, which used to be around what, $200 a day, is down to $2 a day. It's not looking very good. So personally, myself, I don't plan on buying any new Kaspa miners. I think, you know, whatever Kaspa I have, I'm just going to hodl it. I still sell some sometimes, actually. But here we go. I have about 5.5. Oh, what? Oh, I have other miners in other pools. So I used to have about 5.5, 6 terahash. Right now I'm sitting at about 4.81 terahash. That's only $21 a day, 156 coins. That's not very much at all. This is way down. You know, if you were to buy the coin right now at this point, the price is actually coming up a bit, which is good, but nowhere near what it needs to be. The other thing we got to keep in mind here is the miner prices, especially on the newer ones, their prices, as we get closer to the bull run, closer to the altcoin season, and when prices really start picking up, these miners, the price value of the miners is going to go up more than the coin. Say Kaspa does hit 50 cents. It's then starting to look like, oh, well, if Kaspa hits 50 cents, I'm now actually making like almost about $75 a day at this point. That's freaking awesome. Still looking good. But because of it, they're going to jack their miner prices up like 6x just for that. So now we have, like, say you have a $3,000 miner now, it's probably going to be worth $6,000 or $7,000 once Kaspa hits 50 cents. So, you know, all this comes into there. So I really think buying miners right now is really not looking good when it comes to Kaspa. That block reward reduction is really hurting everything in terms of that, and it's getting worse every time. And if you are Kaspa maxing, there's a lot of people out there obviously think Kaspa is the next Bitcoin. Obviously, every coin starts to declare that. I don't think that's the case. For all we know, Kaspa may never even ever see adoption. You know, they're all pumped up. They're about to see some, you know, KC20 coins, whatever, you know, the assets on Kaspa. But that's almost like just the standard at this point. Just because you have assets doesn't mean it's going to do something. Yes, it's a fast blockchain, but unless people start adapting your coin and there's adoption on there and people use it and build on it and stuff like that, it's not really going to go anywhere other than people trying to hype it. And that's where I stand right now. Kaspa could do something, it might not do something. I have no idea, but I'm not buying any new miners for it. I'm just going to hodl what I got, keep the current ones I have going, and then once they become unprofitable, I'm going to have to shut them off. And if Kaspa pumps, I might be able to sell them later at a higher price, or at least the same price I got them for, possibly, depending on what the profits look like. But that's pretty much the situation I'm looking at when it comes to Kaspa and some of these coins. And other thing here with new coins, when new coins do emerge, especially for the first ASICs, yes, it's great when you get the very first one on day one. But as the delay with shipping and stuff happens, you know, more and more miners, they get upgraded very fast, which we're seeing on Kaspa. That's a pretty fast upgrade schedule happening here, unlike what we see with Dogecoin and, you know, LTC, which is the same thing, Script, or, you know, KDA, Cadena. You know, usually it's every 3 to 4 years where we see those upgrades happening. So Kaspa right now, they've had what, like 4 or 5 upgrades in the past year where they're not stable yet. So I think it's going to be time to start waiting for that stability on it, wait to see what the price does, and just hold out from there. So, you know, it's getting very interesting there in that aspect. So what do you guys say about that whole situation? I really want to mine Kaspa, Doge, and BTC. You know, those are all 3 great coins to have miners for that. Kaspa, you know, like I said, on the downside, the way those block rewards are dropping down and the price not really matching how much those rewards are dropping, the profitability is there. Now, obviously, you guys know what I mean by a maxi, and there's Kaspa maxis out there that consider, it's the next best thing that's ever going to happen. Maybe in 30 years it could be amazing. It could hit a couple bucks here. That'd be awesome. But, that's way down the road. We're not patient for that. We need money now. I'm just kidding. That's not the way it works. Patient is key a lot of the times. But, play out through the 4-year cycles and see how it looks every 4 years. Different coins are always going to be talked about more and more. And the last cycle, no one's even talking about the majority of the coins from last cycle. That was the next big things coming into this cycle, like Flux and what do we got? We got Ergo. We got all those main coins there. Raven coin. No one really talks about them anymore. They're still there. They're still doing their thing, which is good, and hopefully we see some nice price discovery, but no one's really talking about those coins from then. Now it's all about Exelis, it's about Kaspa, it's about this, and it's about that, and so on. So things change every cycle, and that's usually how I point my mining hardware and how I build my farm, is how things are changing between the cycles. Because usually if things remain fairly profitable on an X piece of hardware or a certain coin or something through a bear market, that's usually what leads to the larger profits in the bull market as well. Have you seen that back with the Raven coin and Ethereum and stuff like that in 2017, or 2016, moving to 2017, same thing 2020, moving to 2021 and so on. We had Ethereum and all that. That's pretty much what a lot of us were mining in the bear market to kind of make ends meet, and then the bull market things just blew up. And that's kind of what I've been following here too, is what's been keeping me profitable in the bear market this round is different than the previous cycle, and hopefully those are the ones that continue to explode with, obviously, yes, yields, but our previous yields will just go way much more when it peaks. And then next cycle, we're just gonna have to look at it all over again and see what coins everyone is transitioning, talking to, and utilizing for the following cycle. So I feel every cycle is almost different. Meanwhile, older ones will start to gain more momentum, as well as gain more traction and maturity, like Flux, for an example. It's still not profitable to really mine. I haven't checked on it for sure, but I highly doubt it's profitable. There's also hardly any hardware on the network to begin with, so it's going to need some pretty big price discovery to support the massive amount of hardware that's out there. So hopefully it does do that. I do think because they are doing a lot of different things, it could look great, but we just have to wait to see how that price discovery happens. With the Kyla hard fork coming up, does that mean we all have coins on 2 chains then? No. So what's going on with Kyla coin? Exact same coins, same, it's the same wallet, but you're gonna have to update your wallet, obviously. But there's no fork going on here where they're splitting the chain. Now there's 2 Kyla coins. That's not what's happening. It's the exact same Kyla coin. All it's changing is the algorithm, the way it is mined. That's all that is changing. So they're moving from where it is right now. FPGAs obviously is dominating it, and I think you can mine it on a GPU right now, but obviously you don't want to, compared to the FPGA farm on it. But all it is swapping over to a new the algorithm is interesting. It's actually called Flux. So the algorithm, they're naming it as Flux. It's a GR variant. It sounds like they removed some of the whatever Turtle Coin used. I can't remember what that algorithm is, but those are the ones that GPUs are okay on, I believe, for Ghost Rider. So they took some rotations out of Ghost Rider, removed, I think, the ones that were okay on a GPU, because they want it to be CPU only. So that's what's going to happen. It's a Ghost Rider variant, CPU mining only, and then it's going to be swapping over that. All the exact same coins and everything will remain in your wallets. You'll still have all the stuff you had previously, and then moving forward, it's just forking over, and CPUs only will be able to mine it at that point. So that's kind of what's going on. Yeah, so yeah, they got to do a hard fork. If you're doing a direct algo change, I do believe that they do the hard forks, which is a fork, but it's not forking the chain in a different direction or anything. It's just forking the algorithm. It's a big change to the network for the hard fork. Now soft forks, I think soft forks are just okay. We're changing small things here, there, and there, but hard forks you need for like changing the algorithms. It's an entire different GitHub thing, and I don't really know how the blockchain thing works, but when it comes to the miners and the coins you have, all you need is the newer wallets, which I've seen there's been 2 or 3 upgrades already for it, and you can currently test your rigs on testnet if you want. But all you're going to have your exact same coins still. It's still going to be the same Kyla coin, and the only difference is really going to be the way it is mined at this point. It's going to be moving to a different algorithm for the CPUs. So that's all you really got to worry about. Make sure you're updated on your wallet, and then you mine it with CPUs at that point. Do you have the hash rates? No, I have not tried it yet. I might try it, but I haven't really yet. And remember, it's Ghost Rider. I don't know how many rotations they pulling off and putting on there. So remember, it's gonna be interesting because I think you may only need one stick of RAM again, like you did with Ghost Rider before, and you're gonna need 24-hour averages on your hash rate, because it's going to be hitting the different algorithms. That means different power consumptions and different hash rates, and then you wait for that 24-hour average. Now, right now, I believe we can only use CPU Miner Opt.JD is what it sounds like. I do imagine eventually XMRig will probably tweak out for it, because they did that with VCOX, with Mike. The Mike algorithm was a Ghost Rider variant as well. They pulled out 5 or 6 rotations, used it for themselves. XMRig, I do believe, adopted that eventually, and maybe we'll see that for Kyla Coin as well. But right now, it looks like a CPU opt, and yeah, a multi Ghost Rider fork thingamajigger. New algo is A-Flex. Yeah, A-Flex. Flex is the algo, -A for algorithm in the miner program. I'm just doing some benchmark. Oh, you're doing some benchmarking right now? Okay, interesting. Which CPU are you benchmarking? We need more GPU coins to take off so they can stop bogging down CPU mineable coins. Yeah, Duke Nukem, that's the issue. That's the one we've been talking about that for a long time. GPUs are homeless. They are. It's true. The GPUs are homeless. There's so many of them, and they don't have a home, and they don't know where to go. So they're really just going anywhere where they think there's any type of profit, and there really still isn't much out there for GPUs. It's going to be a rough time, and I've been calling it for a long time now, since last cycle. So pretty much almost 3 years now, I've been saying GPUs are going to get rough, and this is probably a GPU reset, a reset on GPUs, because finally we're going to go through this cycle. We're going to hit altcoin season. Coins are going to pump, and people are going to be like, wow, this sucked. Because remember, we're not going to have a full year of mining like we did with Ethereum while the price was high either. We're going to see a pump and dump. We're going to see pump and dumps, and it's not going to last long. We're going to, where is this? So let's say Ergo. Let's say, all of a sudden Ergo out of nowhere just explodes. Or let's just take Flux for an example. Let's say Flux explodes. Here goes. Flux explosion. It went up, and then it went down. That's it. Through that, how long of a time frame is this? I think Flux lasted a couple months, so that was actually decent. So we can see it peaked up here November, and then it dipped down in December, and then it peaked in, I guess, January again. So here we have about a 2-month schedule here, and then, from there it just fell downhill. Now, remember, when things first pump, hash rate doesn't move over. So a lot of people that have the coins or you're mining it, it's going to go like this. And then by the time people start saying, oh, wow, this is profitable again, we're over here. And it's already dropping in price. But meanwhile, the hash rate is probably going to be picking up here, and then it's just not looking good, and then all of a sudden it falls off. But we only have like a month or two. Ethereum was an entire year of high price. High price was an entire year here. Let's just go to Ethereum right quick. Ethereum. Let's go to all. Let's look at this pump. Let's look at this pump city, dump city here. So, wow, they got a whole bunch of checks here for Ethereum. So let's go into this. Now look at when Ethereum started taking off. So here we go. 2021 is right way back. Okay, right here. So this entire thing. So we can see Ethereum leading into it was only $386. And then bam, we're over $1,000 ETH. And then it stayed over that all the way till pretty much the middle of 2022. So we had an entire year, a little more, of decent profit, of good profit mining for GPUs. And this entire time, people were building and building and building and building and building and building. So many GPUs, everything you can get your hands on. And then all of a sudden, it went to POS and it died. Now, all we have is quick spike coins like this. Let's take a look at Ravencoin. We're going to come into this. We're going to see Ravencoin. Look at Ravencoin spike. This is the bull run. This is altcoin season. This is why it's different than a bull run. A bull run that lasts like Bitcoin and Ethereum does for a year or so. We have altcoin season, which are quick pump and dumps. Here's Ravencoin. It spikes to 20 cents in February 21st, and then here we can see in 2 months, it's next 2-3 months, it's nothing. So you have 3 months of decent mining. Meanwhile, hash rate will start picking up here about 2 or 3 weeks into it. and then the yields start dropping, and then it's gone, and now you got to wait another 4 years, and all the hash rates here. So people are going to see this. You might get a nice month or two mining the entire time, whether you dump all your coins you have or not, or whether you even have the coins on the coin that pumped. It's not going to last very long. People are like, wow, this sucked. It definitely wasn't worth my time. So now people are going to finally give up on GPU mining, and then moving into the next cycle is when we'll see less hash rate across the board, because Ethereum brought in so much hash rate. That hash rate, lots left, but not enough left. There's still millions of GPUs that want to turn on. So finally, we're going to see people give up. And that's when the 2029 cycle will probably look a lot better. At the same time, you're not going to want to be buying 3070s, 3060 Ti's. Even at that point, 4070s and 4090s aren't even going to be that good anymore. You're going to want newer hardware. Like we have the 5090s coming around the corner, which is going to blow. It's going to make the 3000 series probably look like RX 580s, Polaris AMD GPUs at that point. They're going to be trash. You're not going to want those because the efficiency is so much better in this other hardware. Yeah, it's probably going to cost a bit more, but I'd rather make money and then instead of continue staying in the red in that type of aspect. But obviously by 2029, we're going to have like either 6090s or 7090s at that point. And I feel until all that hash rate drops off and people quit, you know, GPUs are also looking like ASIC miners, where you need the new ones in order to even compete online, especially with nowadays power prices. You know, you see 10-cent power, 10-cent power everywhere. Who has 10-cent power? Seriously, besides maybe 10 people in the world. I'm just kidding, not 10 people. There's a lot of people that have 10 cent, but the majority of crypto miners are sitting at 15-cent plus power. Let's take a look at a GPU right now at 15-cent power. We have a 4090 only making 48 cents on PUBG, which was supposed to be super profitable last time I seen a post about it just a couple days ago. It's not looking too hot. Sure, if you go down to like 11-cent and 10-cent power, which seems to be the baseline. Last cycle, 10-cent power was the baseline for people to use. 10-cent power, this is the profitability. But like 95% of the home miners out there don't have 10-cent power. It is 15 to 20 cent. Let's look at 20-cent power right now. And what does a GPU mining look like on 20-cent power? A 4070 Ti is at 16 cents right now. We have, where's the 3070? The most common GPU out there, 3070 at 20-cent power is negative 4 cents. Negative 4 cents at 20-cent power. And this is the range that majority, I feel, of home miners are at. So it's still looking pretty freaking rough out there, and it's not gonna last very long once these coins finally pump. Anyway, so what do we got going on in live chat so I can catch some stuff? You guys yelling at me saying, I'm full of it, I don't know what I'm talking about. Nuclear power plants is much better. Yes, Red Putts, we all need nuclear power plant. Squid's at 16, so Wormworks has 16. Let's look at 16-cent power. 16-cent power. Like, I'm at 11-cent power, and I'm still having a rough time trying to tell myself to keep my GPUs on. Like, that's how bad it still is. So 16-cent power, 41 cent on a 4090. Let's look at the 3070s here. 3070s is not the TIs. Right here. So 1 cent. Wow. See, 16-cent power is making 1 cent profit on PUG right now. That is insane. Now, personally, I am sitting at 11-cent power. I'm 15.5-cent Canadian power. More power I use, my distribution fees and stuff go up. I'm locked in at 6.8-cent power. My power company only charges me 6.8 cents Canadian. That's like 4 cent USD. But the third-party fees here rip us off. The transmission, the whatever other one, and transmission, distribution, there's some other one. Those three, they're locked in. You cannot change those. You cannot do anything with those. And those are what rip us off here, at least here in Alberta. And that puts my power up to 15.5 cents. And the more power I use, that actually goes up based on my power usage. So I really got to be careful here on that. If I when I turn stuff off, I'm actually come down to a less power price because of it. And right now I'm sitting at 15.5 cents, which does work out to be 11 cents per kilowatt hour on USD. But yeah, it's crazy here. And still, one thing I am currently mining Zealous. on my GPUs. I'm really up in the air on maybe shutting them off. Just like we kind of talked about Kaspa ASICs, I'm really close to shutting those Kaspa ASICs off. And if I do, that's going to open up me another 3,000 to 4,000 watts that I might be able to slap more CPUs on. And I might be able to finally hit my goal of over 1 mega hash on Random X. That's been my goal for the past 4 years now, is to try to hit 1 mega hash on the Random X blockchain. Not for Monero, not for Zep, but that was just kind of my hash rate goal. And then from there, I'll just go, you can point your rigs anywhere else at that point. But that was always my goal for what I wanted here. But coming into my payments here, we can see every day I have my payouts set to one Zealous. That is about $18.84. Now, this is technically profitable because it only requires me about, I'm going to have to look into this. Let me go into Hive OS and see how much power I'm actually using. I'm not really sure here. So Octa 1, this rig is using about 1720. Now this down here is pretty correct. I have it built into Hive OS, my stats for my efficiency of my power supply, so you can see it. Now this right here, this is all wrong. These are not right, these numbers here. But down here, these are the numbers I'm currently using. So I'm going to use 1720. And then I got to add in Octa 2. This is about 443. And now when I have my 4090 on, that's using about, I don't even know what that thing's at. It's about 220. I have another 3060 Ti that's on in my server case. That is about, I think, 120. I could be wrong. And then I got a 3060 in the little one's PC. That says it's doing about 90 watts. So I'm going to put 100 watts on that. So I'm using about 2,600 watts. So I'm going to go 2,600 times 24 divided by 1,000. And then times that by 11 cents. So it's about $6.86 in power. 686. And I'm making about 1877. So I'm just going to subtract 18.77. So I am making about $11.90 on Zealous currently with the GPU. So that's not too bad. In theory, I'm using about the same amount of power, a little bit less actually than my Kaspa ASICs, and they're pretty close to the profitability at this point. Kaspa is still making a bit more. So, I'm still up in the air though, as more hash rate keeps coming on the Zealous. Plus they have a possible fork coming where they are going to nerf the GPUs to try to bring back CPUs on that coin as well. The price discovery on Zealous has been decent as well, actually. Let's take a look at this. Sorry for the flash bomb grenade. You guys may be blind now with the whitening there, but so we're at $18.68 each. Yeah, it's been gaining decent price there. So, is it going to be a new go-to probably moving into the next rounds? Possibly, maybe not. We have no idea. But it is looking currently profitable. And the weird thing is, hashrate.no has not added this yet. And I feel it is probably making more than anything on hashrate.no right now. But that's okay. People don't need to know about that other than you guys that watch me. But everyone else that just follows hashrate.no, they're probably losing quite a bit of money there and not realizing some of these other coins that are even out there. So take advantage while you can, but it's looking pretty rough. When is the next gen of CPUs coming out? Sometime this year, as far as I'm aware. I don't know exactly. And middle of summer, end of summer, or early fall. I don't really know, but it is this year. How about Zealous for GPU? Yeah, Zealous is great right now. Zealous, J-Rod there, is great for GPUs right now. That is probably the only coin probably the only coin you should be mining if you're mining for profit for sure, or hodling, because we don't know what Zealous could do. It could, it could moon. We don't know what's going to happen in altcoin season. Maybe it shoots up to who knows what, or maybe it dips down to nothing. Now, this is the big thing about spec mining. You're mining coins on, the yields are decent right now. When a bull run hits and the price starts spiking, that's all the hash rate's going to flood to it, and those yields are going to drop like by 60 to 70%. They're going to get down to next to nothing compared to what you've been getting the past couple of years and the stage of the coin. Maybe some coin just came out like Zealous, so you can't really say you're mining that for 2 years. But that's when the coins pump. That's when you make a lot of your money at that point. Just imagine people, like I remember even last cycle when people were mining Ethereum, a lot of 1 gigahash was like awesome at the time, and now it seems like as over time, as people built out, 1 gigahash became like the 100 megahash. At that point, you needed 8 and 9 gigahash to be the next. Okay, now I have a decent farm type of thing. It's pretty crazy just how that network hash rate increases. But if you looked back at like 2020 and 2019, people were mining on like RX 580 rigs, like a 6x Polaris rig. They were getting like 3-4 Ethereum a day. And then you move into the bull run, you got like a gigahash, you're getting like 0.1 Ethereum a day with like 12 3070s and whatever else and everything going on. So that's the difference. And everyone's like, oh wow, I wish I could mine that many coins. I would have hodled. I'd be so rich right now. And that's the cycles. That's how it works. Bear market versus bull run. The yields are way down right now in the past couple of years, and when the altcoin season stuff hits, the yields are going to just get crushed. And that's why you make your bags now, and then you wait for that altcoin season. And when that altcoin season comes, you got to be ready and prepared and go, you know what, do I sell now? Is it going to go higher? Because remember, as things start pumping as well, there's going to be people all over Twitter. There's going to be people on Reddit. There's going to be people making videos. It's going to go higher. It's going higher. It's going higher. It's going higher. Just pick a number, wait for your limit, and take your profit. Don't listen to anybody, including myself. This is not financial advice. I'm just telling you what I'm going to do. This whole channel has always been about me and my mining farm and things I see in the crypto worlds and finding new spec coins and things like that. Some of them will play out. Some of them won't. Some of them will be epic failures. Some of them will be great. We have no freaking idea. But pick a number and do whatever you got to do, and hopefully it sits with you. I plan on selling everything I got sometime next year if I see the coins I have pump for at least 2 to 4 weeks, depending on the coin. If I start seeing massive increases, 10%, 5%, 20%, 10%, 5%, solid, I know it's getting close to an all-time high. I'm going to be dumping my coins. You don't have to. You can wait for the next guy beside you to say it's going higher. It's going higher. Bitcoin to 1 million. Bitcoin to 2 million. There's going to be those guys out there like crazy. But don't listen to them because they want you for exit liquidity. They're going to try to get you to buy those coins. So be very careful because things are about to get very crazy. Scammers are about to explode, especially as prices start coming up. And the crypto market is going to get very hectic over the next year here. So be ready for absolute craziness about to happen. Anyway, you guys agree with that? Disagree? I don't know. I just sometimes just say things too. What I got here? Hello, streamer. I have a proposal that will help you much wider. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Someone on the Kickster. It's called Kick Rank 1 says, hello, streamer. I have a proposal that will help you reach a wider audience, increase your viewers and followers, and help you earn over $1,000 per stream. I have a very strong backup. Add me on Discord. My username is Ray Tips. Yeah, I'll get right on that one. That sounds legit. Do you guys think that sounds legit or what? That's 100% legit. Yeah, I wish I had a big X button. I need to make a button, where it goes, and you hit it, and yeah, I need one of those for some things. Anyway, I don't see anyone talking in live chat. Everybody leave. They don't like what I said, and they got mad and upset. It was too good to be true. Exactly. It was too good to be true, guys. It's freaking too good to be true. Craziness. Mini Doge 3 is the way. Mini Doge 3 freaking no, not the 3, the 3 Pro. Even though it's called the 3, but they have the 3 Pro because it's better. That thing surprised me. But the thing is, I actually still have that miner on. I'm going to do an updated video on how well that Mini Doge 3 Pro is doing. But I'm actually running that miner right now, as crazy as that sounds, because you know what? It's doing decently. But to go out, and would I buy a whole bunch right now? I'm up in the air because we have the L9, guys. The L9 was supposed to release this month, and it didn't yet. What is Bitmain doing? The L9 still is not released. That was supposed to release this month. I wonder what's going on with that. Hashblades, we still have no idea. We still don't know about a Jazz miner, script miner. So, we have to, I really think before purchasing either a Mini Doge 3 Pro or anything, wait till the end of the year so we know what the heck is happening. Right now, just like the other day I was talking about, all right, you know what? I'm going to buy some more Zeph because I really want to hit my goal of 1,000. I want 1,000 coins by next year. And the price came down quite a bit. So I'm still trying to hit that 1,000. I'm pretty close, around 800 and something or something. I'm fully disclosed on coins and stuff that I have here. But I want to hit that thousand goal, and then hopefully, you know, we see Zeph do some crazy things. It might not do anything. It could die. I have no freaking idea, but hopefully it does do what XMR did and have a massive breakout, which is set for next year. We'll see. But if it doesn't, whatever. You know what? I took my gamble and I lost. If it works, it works. So, but moving forward, I was like, all right, should I do this or should I not? Should I buy more rigs? But we're in the same phase as waiting for, you know, Mini Doge 3 Pro or an L9s are about to release and so on. What do? I was like, okay, I might just buy 2 or 3 more CPU rigs, whatever, give up, build some more rigs, add to my farm. But then I was like, oh, you know, I got reminded, new CPUs are coming this year. We got 5090s and stuff coming this year. Like, we're at that point in time right now where it sucks because we want to get more hardware, but there's better stuff that could eventually just make that hardware we buy now not worth it. So we're right on the verge here of hardware upgrade season, and it sucks. Because depending on the market as well, on those hardware, if it's an ASIC side of things, you know, if the market really starts pumping, those ASIC prices are going to start skyrocketing. And when they start moving up in price, it moves up very fast. Or, you know, hopefully, like most cycles show, we're not going to really see much. The last month or two of this year, we're going to start see Bitcoin really start to climb, and then next year is when we see the peaking. But hopefully, as altcoins don't really do anything, they do their own thing. You know, they go up and down a little bit with Bitcoin, but they don't actually do their altcoin season pumps until later on next year. Some will begin starting as early as February. So anytime next year, altcoin season on various coins, it doesn't matter on the month, it doesn't matter on Bitcoin, but they're going to start popping, and they're going to start popping like crazy all over the place. As we saw last week, I can't remember what coin it was. Some coin pumped in February. So that means in February of 2025, that could hit the all-time high of some of the coins you have. Others could happen in March. Others could happen in July. Just be ready and watch them markets, because next year it's going to be absolutely insane. But we're in the middle ground now of upgrading hardware. Do we go get another 4090, or do we wait an extra 4 or 5 months for the 5090, which is going to destroy that thing? Because now, on top of having more cores, smaller chips, more efficiency, they're also adding memory boosts into their 5000 series, which the 4000 series didn't see, which is why for memory-based coins, the 3000 series is still just as good as a lot of the 4000 series, but on core-based coins, the 4000 series blows away the 3000 series. And now we have the 5000 coming out, which increases on core, increases on efficiency, and increases on the memory. The 3000 series is next to dead at this point, and it's just going to be insane. So we're going to have all these things coming later on. So why I'm like, okay, I want to buy more, but, you know, I'm better off waiting. And then that was reminded to me in Discord the other day. I was like, yeah, that's right. Cancel it. Wait for the new CPUs, the 9950Xs and so on. Wait for the 5090s. See what it looks like at the end of the year. So it sucks. This time in the cycles really, really sucks, because we want to upgrade, but I just don't think it's worth it yet. Wait and see what happens with other miners later on. It's crazy, because we don't want everything to all of a sudden become obsolete 2-3 months after you just purchase something. Yeah, I'm hopeful Doge gets a good pump. Yeah, you know, could Doge hit $1 this year? That's the ifs, ands, and buts. What was it, 70-some cents last time? I have no idea. I really hope it does. I imagine Elon's going to say something. It's going to do something crazy. And when it comes to script, you guys know, 70 to 80% of the mining profits is from Dogecoin. It is not Litecoin. Litecoin, you could eliminate Litecoin, and you'll still pretty much have pretty close to the same profitability on a script miner. That's how big Dogecoin is for script. All that profit is from script. So yeah, it's crazy. It all comes down to how well will Doge do. And we're betting the farm on a freaking meme coin, which is crazy. But Doge, the community, it seems it's different than a lot of other communities, and especially other type of meme coins. Pepe will beat Doge. Oh, Pepe. Which Pepe? Like the ERC20 Pepe, like the meme coin, or are you talking about some of the proof of work Pepes? There's so many Pepes out there now also. That's another craziness. If Doge hit $1, all your theories throw out the window. If Doge hit $1, all your theories? What? All your theories throw out the window? What do you mean? Oh, the ERC20. Okay, yeah. So the main Pepe. I think of LTC as stable coin pretty much. Well, I love LTC personally. I love the LTC coin, Litecoin. I consider it the money moving coin. It is the coin that a lot of people use to transfer funds between exchanges and so on. Like myself, you go to one exchange, say you sell Octa.Space or you sell Kaspa, or you sell whatever, and say you need to cash out, like example myself, to put it into fiat if I need to cover bills or go get groceries or something, I got to get that into my bank account. So what I do is I swap that into Litecoin. So I sell whatever coin into USDT. I sell that into Litecoin. I take that Litecoin and I withdraw that from the exchange, because most exchanges, well, it all depends where the final result. Like Newton, I think, it has the main core coins. Obviously, withdrawing Bitcoin, it can get expensive. Withdrawing USDT in general is expensive, and so on. So, most exchanges only have 0.001 for a withdrawal fee. So I just use Litecoin. I take it from there, withdraw it to Newton. At that point, I sell it to Canadian funds, and then I put it in my bank account, and then I go to the store and buy whatever. So that's kind of how I do it. And I use Litecoin pretty much in every type of transaction for moving the money from either exchange to exchange or wallet to wallet. Yeah, moving in Litecoin is cheap. Exactly. That's the main reason. You find the cheapest point. If you're trying to move, maybe I'll do a video on that. Most of you guys know how it works, but there's a lot of new people to crypto. But how I look at it is, point A, you got one coin, whether it's Kaspa, Octa, whatever. You look for the exchange that has that. And point B, you want to know, where do you want those coins to end up, right? So you have point A, the coin you have, point B, what the coin you want and where you want it to be and how you want that, whether it's in fiat, maybe it's in a different coin, maybe it's whatever, You just pick point A, point B, and then figure out everything you got to do in the middle to set those goals. That's all you got to do. And it seems to make things a lot easier. I know when I first started doing crypto stuff, I was like, oh man, I need this. And it got so confusing for a lot of people. I know a lot of people are confused, and it got so confusing. And, then I just broke it down. It's like, all right, point A, I got this. At the point B, I want it to end up here. Now, what do I got to do in the middle to make point A and point B happen? And it really makes it a lot easier if you really think about the starting point and the end point. And at that point, it's a lot simpler. And LTC is a major player in getting between those points. XMR is a hot potato. No one holds it. XMR is an interesting one too. Like we talked about this with Dogecoin. Dogecoin has a massive community, a supportive community. And Monero is the same thing. Yes, it's a privacy coin. Everyone says, oh, it's never going to do anything. Got delisted from Binance, blah, blah, blah. That's all garbage. Monero is going to go back to where it was. Now, it never sees new all-time highs. Maybe one day it will. But it's going to go back to $400 like it usually always does every cycle. The community is strong. It is all over the place. These certain core coins, these are... XMR, I feel, is a core coin as well, and it has a massive community backing. Bear market stuff, it goes down. Altcoin season, it's going to go back to its for something. I just feel that's exactly what's going to happen even with stuff like XMR. Let's look at Monero for a second just to get an idea. Boom. Let's go look at all of them. So yeah, here we can see 2016, Monero is only $1, $1.98, 81 cents, 75 cents, $6, $5, $12, 13, 20, doing its thing. And the next thing you know, within a year, it went to $458. Now this is where I'm like betting the farm on, where hopefully Zeph can do something like this. That would be freaking amazing if Zeph could pull this off. Will it do it? I have no idea, but that's just, I'm just basing off this as it has been outperforming XMR. So I'm like, you know what? If it continues to do so, we're all going to be rich. Not financial advice. Do anything you want. A lot of people are trashing on Zeph a lot. So that's on you, I'm making the gamble. I made the call for myself. I'm not saying you guys doing it. I'm doing this for myself in hopium. I could totally fail this and it could die tomorrow and I lost everything. It doesn't matter to me because you don't hold all your coins in one bag. I got multiple bags all over the place. So if that one fails, hopefully another one works. But moving on XMR directly, we do have 458. It dropped down to what? Oh, look, XMR is dead. It was at $400. Now it's down to $41, guys. Done. XMR is done. No one ever wants to touch that coin again. Well, guess what happened in the following cycle? It went right back to $475. And here we are again. Talk about how bad XMR will never do anything. And it's actually doing better than the last bear market by the looks of things. So it's actually stronger than previously. So, you know, I really have no doubt that XMR is going to see at least $400 again in the next altcoin season. I have no doubt that it's going to happen again. The community on XMR is huge, massive, and strong. Now, I'm not trying to pump out XMR. I'm not trying to pump any coin. I'm just looking at these things, and the cycles always tend to do the same thing. The only thing we don't know about is which coins are actually going to be the huge gainers versus the okay gainers, and which ones actually die. I'm building my XMR bags. I got some. I don't have much. I only have like maybe 2 or 3 XMR. Not too much. But I know I do have a couple XMR for sure. And the big thing too, I think XMR is always going to play a little role. Is always going to have a little touch in my heart. You know, because when I originally started CPU mining and stuff, you know, I was mining. I'm sure you guys all, if you're new to the channel, you haven't heard this, but these guys have been following the channel for a while. You know this story. I originally started mining on a gaming PC. All I had was a 2060 KO and a 3900X, and it was a gaming computer. I started on a gaming channel, Rabid Gaming, which just actually hit 2,050 subscribers the other day. So let's go Rabid Gaming. I haven't done a video for 114 days. Was my last upload there, so I got to start doing more videos again. Oh my gosh, you know, I've been slacking all over the place. But, you know, anyway, so I was mining on my gaming PC. Mining XMR, whether it was on NiceHash, whether it was on other things, and, you know, obviously Monero Ocean, stuff like that. But I built up a bag of XMR. And my very first dedicated CPU mining rig was bought and paid for. Rig 1 was bought and paid for 100% with XMR. I fully built that thing with XMR. All parts, you know, obviously I swapped it to fiat and stuff, but it came straight out of XMR. So XMR built my first dedicated CPU mining rig, and look where we are today. You know, I got what, 40 some of them, you know, quite a few of them, and it's all built with crypto. No out of pocket money. You know, you start building, you know, slowly over time, and one rig turns to 2. And, you know, it took 1 year to actually do that on my CPU to build that first dedicated rig. From there, you know, it took about 6 months. You know, it kind of came back depending on crypto prices and network hash rates and so on. But, you know, and then from 2 you get to 3, and then eventually you get to the point where it's like, okay, well, I can build a rig every couple of weeks if I wanted to, you know, straight out of crypto. That's a new song I'm gonna make, I think. Straight out of crypto, mother. Okay, I better slow down. I almost said some bad stuff. All right, let's get going here. I bet you are. What is that? Oh, bet I'm wrong. What's our gram? What's gram? I don't even know what gram's at. I'm just hodling that one too. Another bag that's probably gonna fail, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. There's another new gram. Actually, there's 2 new gram coins out now for GPUs combined, but it looks like FPGAs are starting to hit it. I can't remember the names of them though, but those are available as well. Let's take a look at gram. Where gram? Where are you? Gram. Do I still have this up? Yeah. Is Gram on here? Let's take a look. What's Gram at these days anyway? Gram Nation. Gram is at, what was it? What did it peak at? So it was at 0 point something, and it's been a free fall down to 0.15. So it's 1.5 cents here. So is this going to do anything? I have no freaking idea. Could pump, could drop. This could be one of those bags where you absolutely failed and lost the farm on, but we'll just have to wait and see how things play out next year. You know, Ton took a good, remember when we used to mine Ton coin? That was like, you know, you're digging up your bag, and then it was like 3 years later, Ton finally started to explode from our initial mining. So maybe Gram will do the same thing. We have no idea. You know, these are just coins that we mine. GPU. Is that what it's called? I forgot about that. Okay, guys, there's a there's a new mine on Ton gram type of coin here. It's very original naming. It's called GPU coin. You guys get that? GPU coin. And it sounds like it's mined with FPGAs. So we got GPU coin being mined with FPGAs. Gotta love the world we're in, right? Oh man, that's crazy. Literally GPU coin. Yeah. That's like it. Well, you know what? Let's start up a CPU coin and mine it with ASICs. We're gonna start CPU coin. You're gonna mine it with ASICs. I'm doing this. I went. Maybe I should just go on camera. I'm doing this stupid wave thing where on the right hand side I have my hands. I'm like GPU coin, and on the left hand side I'm like we buy with ASICs. Stupid things that you see on stupid TV. Oh man, Zealous is definitely not a CPU coin. It's a GPU coin right now. It's probably the only best coin you're gonna want to mine on a GPU currently. Whether the fork is coming to move back to CPUs and nerfing GPUs, we have no idea. That's going to take time for the dev to talk to himself. I think he's the only dev there. So he's doing a lot of stuff on that coin, and he's doing it by himself. So you got to give him credit. If things take some time, whatever. At least he's working on his chain. So that's actually pretty sweet there. But yeah, right now, currently the way it sits, it's definitely not a CPU coin. It's 100% GPU coin. They're just outperforming GPUs like crazy, and I think it's currently the top coin for your GPU. So yeah, be sure if you want to mine something on your GPUs, that's probably the coin you're going to want to be on currently. But remember, we went through all this before. Gram was the top coin at one point. This was the top coin at one point. That was the top coin at one point. It's constantly changing as hash rate moves on. Obviously, if a bunch of hash rate slams on the Zealous here, it's not going to look too good anymore. I think we're safe for a little while because for some reason, hashrate.no has yet to list it, and, it's not there. Once this gets listed, Zealous gets listed onto hashrate.no, it's going to be Zealous right across the board here, and then it's going to be game over. We're going to start dropping down to next to zero profitability because people that follow those charts, they're going to be jumping on like freaking crazy, and then we know what happens when hash rates increase. So yeah, it's going to be crazy. See a first-time chat there from Cyber9. What's happening over there, Cyber? What's going down? What are you doing? Welcome. First-time chatting over on the Twitch there. Epic 404 is a 7950X. No difference. Yes, Duke Nukem, I don't know the full details on it, personally. But yes, the new Epic. There's newer Epics coming out above that too, keep in mind. There is a new Epic 9000 something series, which is AM5 with 198 cores, I think. Yeah, so the previous big one was 128 core. Now they're coming up with 196 or 198. I can't remember, but that thing looks like an absolute beast. But, that's going to be expensive too. But yeah, the ones here, the 404s or something, they are pretty much exactly the same as the 7950X and so on. Now, obviously, for a consumer, I don't know, they fit in the AM5 socket, but I still think you need their style motherboards, which is going to be more expensive as well than building consumer grade. But I could be wrong. I have no idea. I never really seen any info on it yet. But one thing was pointed out to me, we don't think every CPU is obviously designed for mining. This is more of a workstation type of load. A lot more PCI Express lanes and stuff is on that as well, which means you might be able to maybe build a 40 GPU mining rig on one of those Epics. That could be a possibility. I have no idea. I'm just making things up right now, but I'm just saying, some of the difference between consumer grade versus the Epic style like that, the clocks and everything are the same, yes. But you may have a lot more, workstation purposes. You'll have a lot more lanes to deal with. You can put a lot more stuff onto it without bogging the CPU down. So that's probably more of what, those Epics are actually designed to do. The 404 has more PCI. Yeah, exactly. Way more lanes. So you could fight. You could literally probably build a 25, 30 GPU mining rig out of, one of those Epics. I still want to try that. I got to count. How many GPUs do I actually have? Just for something stupid to do one day. Because I know Panda's been working on the 22 GPU or the 20 GPU mining rig and stuff for a while now and stuff. I'm not sure did he get that thing built yet? Is it working? But as you know, I have a dual Epic here. Dual Epic 7742. It's probably got a few lanes in that bad boy. I could probably put in 4 splitters per each X1 slot there times 1. And I think I could probably fit 20 GPUs. So I'm just trying to see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. And then in this one, there's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And then, I got 5 or 6 AMDs sitting on the floor in the other room. And I got 4 or 5 more AMDs laying on the floor in this room. I got over 20 GPUs. I got like 25, 30 GPUs or something. I could try to maybe slap in, see how many things I can load that thing up with and see how many will actually work. I might do that one day. It's going to take a while, and obviously half my farm's going to be down because of it. But yeah, I might wait till, maybe hash rate picks up on Zealous and not profitable anymore or something. When I have a chance to turn that down, I might try to just fire everything into that and see if it works. Oh my gosh, there's Panda right there. Red Panda, don't bring up the 20 GPU rig. I will ban you, everyone. So what's going on? I'm just curious. I'm just wondering, how many do you think, how many PCI lanes does one of these have? How many PCI lanes do you think? Oh, it's getting a little warm on that thing. A dual Epic 7742. Like, I wonder how many lanes, how many GPUs will fit on that thing. But like I said, there's only 4 or 5 slots of ×1 slots on the motherboard. So I can only put 4 or 5 4-times splitters in there. So that is a total of 4. Well, if it's 4, no, I need 5. So I can only get 20 max. So, yeah. So if I only have 5 slots with 4 splitters, I can't even go above 20 in the first place anyway. So that's a maximum I could even try. Unless I get a new motherboard, and I don't want to buy an Epic motherboard just for that. You have had it. No. I can only go, it'll only go to 20. I want to try like 30. What if we did 30? Would that be good? 30 rig. I don't have any frames for that, though. I got to look through some frames. Oh, crazy. Ogre Duke Jet gets bad. Zep Pirate. Where works. Panda XD. Crazy. Oh, what do we got over here? Scaper. Yeah, rabidmining. Plenty experience to share. Hey, guys. Pretty informative stuff. Hey, Cyber. Thank you. Thank you very much over there on the Twitch stir. We still got the Kickster guy trying to say he knows the best tips for more views. So that's Scam City. Hey, I said 21. That's not against the rules. 21, 25, 30. 100 GPU mining rig. Imagine the cables coming out of that. Dude, I'm curious about. I wonder what the hash rate on something like Zealous would be with a. I don't even know the power supplies you're gonna need, but imagine a 20 4090 GPU rig. Imagine having 20 4090s in a single GPU mining rig and slapping that on Zealous. What are they doing right now? Like 400 kilohash? Is that like 400 kilohash? Let's just say so. 0.4 megahash times 20. That's an 8 megahash rig in theory. Imagine having an 8 megahash rig on Zealous right now. Oh my gosh, that would be insane. That would be insane. Imagine the power. You couldn't even fit that on a 30 amp circuit, I don't think. You need like 480 volt. You need like a 50 amp 480 volt. Get that one rig rolling. Oh man, that would be insane. That would be insane. That's Panda. Panda, that's your next thing. You're gonna build a 20 40 90 rig. Do it. That'll get over 1 million views. Oh man. I mean, dual 7742 gives you 128 PCI Gen 4 lanes. I'm all for it. But what's that expensive? So Canadian alone, like, so what are they? For a founder's dish, it's about $2,000 times up by 20. Oh my, $40,000 in GPUs. Panda hates 4090s? How could you hate a 4090, especially with all these core-based coins? They're absolutely the most efficient GPU you could have right now. Oh yeah, there you go. He's smart. Right now, yeah, we talk about this. Right now, 4090s and 4000 series is probably the worst things you could do because of the 5000 series. We got better memory coming in, which is going to displace the 3000 series. That's the only boost that the 3000 series still kind of kept them in line with 4000 because 4000 didn't get that memory boost. Now we got more cores and a memory boost in the 5000 series. They're going to be a dominating factor. They're going to be so efficient. They're just going to be a dominating GPU. And they're going to be insane. That's what I feel. You know, Panda's smart. He knows what he's doing, you guys. Whoever thought he didn't? You guys are wrong. Panda knows what he's doing. Saving for the 50,000 series. And that's exactly what I'm kind of doing as well when it comes to my GPUs. Is those 5090s are going to be beast mode. I'm going to buy 6x 50. Well, I'm not going to go that bad. I'm probably going to get one. But 65090s would be an absolute, that'd be insane. 65090s is like freaking 40, 30, 70s in theory. Probably like for efficiencies and things like that. Oh my gosh. It's going to be insane. Those GPUs are going to be insane. I'm saving. There, he's already saving for the 6090s. Screw the 5090s. He's waiting for the 6090s. Oh, man. Yeah, that's... When are those going to be? So we're coming into 2020. So, yeah, you know, mid bear market next time. Tail end of bear market. We'll see. 6 foot. I'm gonna have nightmares now of a 650-90 rig. I wonder what the power is gonna be. You guys see those new power supplies? Who's making that? Is it Asus or someone else? It's like 2,000 or 2,500 watt or something with, is it 3 or 4 of the VH12P pins or whatever the heck it is they're called? I can't remember. I actually just installed one of those into my workstation a week or two ago, as I bought the Be Quiet version, because I have a Be Quiet titanium PSU 1200 watt in my workstation, and I actually bought their VH, what is it called? I can't even remember now. You guys know the 12 HW power cable there, where it has their pins, and it goes right into 2 PCI Expresses into the power supply, so it's built for those. So, you know, now they're starting to come standard with a lot of their CPUs as we get into new gen GPUs and stuff. But that's crazy. How many risers could you run off one of those? Like 6? Could you run like 6 risers off one of those? No, they're 600 watts, aren't they? Those PIC cables. Wow, it's crazy. They should include power bricks with each 5090, just like the old days in the 90s. That'd be nice, but I highly doubt they're going to do that unless they're going to bump the price up more. How about PCIe lanes? Is it one lane per GPU, or how does... You know what? I'm not 100% sure on actually how that works. If it's 1 lane or 2 lanes each or something. Obviously, I think it only might be 1 lane if it's the 1 speed, but it might be like, say, a times 16 slot. It might be 16 lanes. I'm not 100% sure actually on that whole situation. Panda probably knows, though. He has a background in IT. He probably knows how that whole PCI lane actually works there. But yeah, I'm not actually 100% sure on that. I do know, like, one thing also between like AMD's and Intel, we don't really care about Intel's at this point unless maybe they start finally adding L3 cache into their CPUs and stuff. But a difference there when it comes to motherboards and lanes and stuff is Intel, you know, you can plug your USB ports and stuff. They don't use up lanes. With AMD, your sound, your USB slots and your other ones, they actually use PCIe lanes through the AMD CPU. So that's going to limit some of your lanes as well with AMD in those. So keep that in mind. That's why, you know, we used to always see, you know, you turn off this port, you turn off these ports and stuff. And that really didn't matter because we were using Intel CPUs at the time, you know, back in 2021, 2020, and so on. But if you're actually building a rig out of an AMD CPU, like a 3900X or something, you're actually going to want to limit whatever ports you're not using, because that will use up PCI Express lanes, which you will need for your GPUs if you're building like GPU rigs out of those. So keep that in mind. You'll hit PCIe max address limit. Stop dreaming. You'll hit a limit. Stop dreaming. Everyone stop dreaming. We're making stuff up now. I don't know what we're dreaming about yet, but something. Is obvious going to be 4x. Depends on lane availability and board settings. Will allocate the max available unless otherwise specified. Also depends on if the slot is electrically 16x or whatever speed. A 16 slot is wired for 4x. All that stuff right there. So yeah. So with a 5900X with 24 PCI Express lanes, I could maybe get 24 GPUs working. I don't know if you'll be able to do it. Like I said, because a lot of the ports, maybe if you absolutely disabled everything, but then again, you know, I think you'll, I don't know really. You know, you could try it, but I don't think you'll get a lane per amount of GPUs for a 5900X. But I could be wrong. Like, I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm going to go 21 and be Panda. Be right back. 3 mils going to build a 21 GPU miner rig right now, guys. Be ready. Be ready. Oh man, that's insane. That's crazy. That's crazy. So what's going on the Twitch there right now? Pretty informative. Yeah, we're still hanging out over there. All right. Nothing really going on. The Chernobyl connector. Chernobyl connector. Yeah, Chernobyl. Oh, man, that's crazy. Anyway, guys. Oh, wow. So we've been here for quite some time. I'm going to have to wrap this up. It is Saturday. We got an Oilers game tonight. I need to run to town because we need a fire pit. You know, little one. Everyone wants to roast wieners and hot dogs and marshmallows. And we don't have a fire pit. So I might run to town and actually pick one up finally for this summer. And, you know, do some backyard stuff. Anyway, guys, do appreciate you guys for showing up to this live stream. We'll be back again tomorrow for our AMA. So if you guys got questions, we'll try to answer them for you. If not, we'll just use Google. But thank you for coming out. I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out.